Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals has arrived. The number 1 Boston Celtics host the number 2 Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. Welcome into another Boston Celtics pregame report here on the Boston Celtics newsfeed, powered by CLNS. I'm Mike Walsh. Josue Pavone is off this week, so the rest of the newsfeedcast will be filling in to preview each and every game of this hopefully pretty long series. The Celtics and Cavs have met 4 times this season, with Boston winning just once. A brief recap of those contests. On November 3rd, the Cavaliers won 128-122. There was no Al Horford, Jay Crowder, or Kelly Olynyk in this game. In fact, Tyler Zeller and Jaylen Brown got the start. The trio of LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving combined for 79 points. And also of note, Marcus Smart was a minus 22 in the game. 2 other things to keep in mind as we go through these. In this one, the Celtics shot 11 of 32 from beyond the three-point line, and they lost the rebounding battle by 3. On December 29th, the Cavaliers won by another 6-point margin, this time 124-118. Boston was full strength in this game and played 11 guys, and they played them more than 10 minutes each. That was back when Brad Stevens was still trying to figure out his way around this roster back, before the turn of the new year, we'll put it. The all-star trio of James, Irving, and Love combined for 85 points in this one, though LeBron did struggle. He had 8 turnovers and just 23 points. The other 2 really picked him up, I think, with both 30-plus games. There was no J.R. Smith in the game. This was back when he hurt his thumb. The Celtics were 12 of 37 from the three-point line and got demolished on the boards, 46-29, a minus 17 margin. On March 1st, the Celtics won their only contest of the season against Cleveland, 103-99. It was a back-and-forth outing. Isaiah Thomas had 31, and the Celtics actually won the rebounding margin, 47-41. No Kevin Love in this game for the Cavaliers. LeBron did have a triple-double with 28, 13, and 10. But no Love definitely hurt the Cavs. The Celtics were 13 of 31, so pretty decent from beyond the three-point line. Nothing super crazy there. Then on April 5th, the most recent matchup, probably the one that sticks out in the minds of most Celtics fans and maybe Vegas, as we'll find out. The Cavaliers won this one 114-91. They smoked the Celtics late in the season. I think there were only 5 games left in the year. LeBron, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving combined for 70 points. LeBron had a crazy game, 36 points. He was a plus 32 in 39 minutes. Isaiah Thomas had 26 points, but nobody else on the Celtics had more than 13. The Celtics were an abysmal 7 of 33 from the three-point line and lost the rebounding battle again by double digits, 51-38, a minus 13. So it's pretty clear no matter how well the Celtics play in this series, it's going to be a real challenge. At any point, the Cavaliers have 3 players capable of putting in 30 points, and if all 3 happen to be hot in the same 48-minute span, Boston has just no shot. Speaking of things that are clear, it's the playoff season, and having the right players on the court will be key to success. That sharp outside shooter or power rebounder can be the difference between winning and losing in this next round. And guys, business isn't any different. Your company needs the right people to be the best. So where do you go to find the top talent? Well, at ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 100-plus job sites with just one click of the mouse. Then their powerful technology efficiently matches the right people to your position. And right now, my listeners can start forming their own winning team on ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/sportsfan. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sportsfan. Try it today for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sportsfan. So drawing from those regular season contests, the Celtics really need to stay focused on the rebounding battle, I think. The lone game that they won against Cleveland this year, they simply outworked Cleveland on the glass. Also, there was no Kevin Love in that game, so that certainly helps. The other thing I mentioned to keep an eye on is that three-point shooting mark. The Celtics are 32.3% from beyond the arc against the Cavs this season. So they don't have to be electric to hang with Cleveland. They just have to be sort of respectable on that front. A 7 of 33 outing like they had in the most recent one, it turns into a blowout. But if they just, hang around that 36% mark, and when you think about those first 3 meetings before that blowout, those ones had a net score of Cavaliers plus 8, so the Celtics won by 4 and the Cavs won by 6 twice. Boston still only shot 36% from beyond the three-point land, which is pretty much their season average and actually below where they are in the playoffs right now. They're over 37%. But a respectable number, their season average, the playoff average, so they don't have to be, out of this world just to hang with the Cavs, because they were in pretty much 3 of these 4 games, and one of them they wound up winning. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. They don't have to be nuts from beyond the three-point line just to compete with the Cavs. But if they, do have one of those nutso games, maybe they'll, pull one of these games out. One of the last things I want to mention here is Al Horford. I've been more critical of Horford than most, but had to come around, obviously, with his postseason performance thus far, which has been excellent. However, this series right here is the reason I've been so harsh on him. He has to be assertive, and he has to play well for the Celtics to really have any remote shot in this series, particularly setting a tone in Game 1 at home. He's got the playoff experience other guys do not have, and it has to show through with how he handles this situation. In the 3 Cleveland games he played in this year, he was 3 of 9, 3 of 6, and 4 of 6 from the field. I need him to take more shots and be more assertive in looking for his own offense. This is the conference finals, best on best. He has to outplay Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson and honestly just give the Celtics a scoring boost in order to hang with the Cavs. He's averaging over 10 field goal attempts per game in the playoffs, which is good, but still down from his regular season numbers. And yes, I know his assists are a tick up and everyone's losing their mind. And he's been outright excellent in the playoffs. But if your best or second best player is taking only 4 to 6 shots in the East Finals, you're cooked. You're just simply cooked. Other things to keep in mind, the Cavaliers last played a game on May 7th. That's 10 days ago. Today's the 17th of May. That means they should be probably equal parts rested and rusty. LeBron had, in particular, been playing for, nearly 42 and a half minutes a game over this postseason, and he crossed over into his 200th playoff game in round 1. So he's got to be pretty tired exiting that series against the Raptors, which was yet another sweep. But 10 days off, certainly going to help him feel, at full strength and be able to play these necessary minutes that the Cavs really need him to play. If you take anything from Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, the Warriors had 5 whole days off. We're talking 9 full days off now, but 5 full days off for the Warriors, and they let the Spurs get out to a 62-32 halftime lead in the series opener. And obviously we know what happened afterwards, but the Spurs took advantage there of some rust, I think, on Golden State's part. So can the Celtics do the same? Game 1 should be their best shot to, catch the Cavs, put them off balance for the remainder of the series. You have this game at home, which is a huge benefit. You earn that in the regular season, despite that late season loss to Cleveland. Going into Vegas, according to Vegas insiders Kevin Rogers, the Celtics opened as a plus 600 underdog to win the entire series. So pretty heavy underdogs for them to win 4 out of 7 against Cleveland. Game 1, the consensus, though, seems to be Cleveland as a 4-point favorite, so nothing super crazy there, though this game is in Boston. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Celtics pregame report. Thanks to each and every one of you out there for downloading the CLNS Newsfeed's pregame show. Tonight's postgame show will air immediately following Game 1 action on clnsradio.com. Call in toll-free at 347-215-7771 after the game and get on the airwaves. Or you can listen on demand anytime, anyplace, anywhere on the CLNS mobile app. Be sure to check out the Garden Report after the game on the CLNS YouTube channel at youtube.com/CLNSradio for all the raw and uncut videos from the locker room and postgame press table, as Jared Weiss and the crew will be right on the TD Garden floor. We'll see you again Friday morning for Game 2. Weekday shows of the Celtics pregame report air on the Celtics Newsfeed channel on iTunes, Stitcher, and of course the CLNS mobile podcast app. For today's Boston Celtics pregame report, this has been Celtics Newsfeed manager Mike Walsh signing off.